Who would win between Achilles and Arjuna? That is the question I'll be hopefully answering today. I've already made a short on Arjuna, so go look at that if you want to see more details. But both Achilles and Arjuna should be physically relative, as they both have multiple statements implying their physicality being relative to Karna's. With Arjuna himself having fought Karna and their match being so close that they could barely tell who was winning. There's also statements for Achilles in Apocrypha where he's compared to Karna being stated to rival him and being unparalleled with Karna. Achilles also is stated to be a step faster than Karna, which implies that Arjuna might actually lose when it comes to a physical confrontation because he was being slightly overwhelmed by Karna, who is slower than Achilles. Though there is the point that Achilles' armor or skin likely wouldn't work here, like it wouldn't be in effect because Arjuna has more divinity than him, and those who possess divinity higher than his own can harm him. Now, in terms of skill, it's a bit tricky, but I'd probably say they're at least relative, as the only person that rivals Arjuna in terms of skill is Karna himself, and Karna himself is deep within the domain of the gods when it comes to skill, which, by the way, is transcendent to the human limitations that skill is. And Achilles is able to fight Chiron for a prolonged period of time, with Chiron even saying that he's like the greatest warrior, with Chiron himself being extremely well trained, boasting talent on par with the gods, and even being described as perfect, so they're likely relative in skill. That leaves their noble phantasms as their only real win con, with Arjuna's noble phantasm that I'm not going to try and attempt to name because I'd probably butcher it, being derived from Shiva that acts as judgment that individually evaluates every target within range, and those who fail this evaluation are granted Mishoka, meaning a total instant erasure from existence. Now, before I even address the idea that, it lands in the first place, it's really up in the air if he would be granted moksha, considering his deeds as a hero isn't exactly ideal. If it were Heracles, I'd say he'd definitely get it, but I'm not sure in this context, considering Achilles' personality and tendencies. But we do know that because he has divinity, he has a higher chance of being hit by it. So it is a real potential win con. Besides that, Achilles has a shield that can block this attack, that being Achilles' Cosmos, which creates an entirely new world. And Arjuna himself has nothing to really stop this, while Achilles has a entirely another noble phantasm in his bag that he could use at any time, so it just gets really worse for Arjuna. With all that in consideration, I think that Achilles wins. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and peace out.